Welcome to week 3 of the Bee Honey Hive Hotel and the Bee Honey satellite site. This week you can see that we have added hives that are going to be active, and I'm going to talk about those and show you those. We have 6 active hives right now. 4 in the Langstroth Hive, which is the type of hive that's been used for over 150 years. And we have 2 hives which are in the Bee Honey Hive Hotel. I'm going to show you what's inside here. I'm going to show you what's inside there. And we have an added benefit from now on. We will have a bee fact or little trivia question at the end of every blog episode. So please watch this to the end and you can learn more about bees, more about honey, and more about everything beekeeping. As you can see, if you look over here, you can see that we have bees in the other hives now. So we're going to look at the bees in the regular hives, and we're going to look at the bees that are in the Bee Honey Hive Hotel. And we'll be able to do and show you how they're doing and how I access and work with them, as opposed to how I access and work with the bees in the other hives, which are part of the satellite. Okay, now we can see how the bees are doing in the hive. This is the original, and this is the new hive that we just put in. So we have 2 hives going right now. Now with the smoker, you can see that they're still in the hive, so they're still doing okay. And that really will just calm them down. So when I open it up, they'll be a little bit more mellow when we look at the different frames to see if the comb is coming down, if they're starting to build comb, if they're starting to move around. That's the main thing that we want to check on first. And here you can see how they're doing. Again, you see, can you really see the honey right here? Try to get that good so you can see. So they're collecting honey on a large frame. Now what I am going to do just to help them out, I'm going to try and move one of the other frames over. We'll set this here for now. If I move another frame in, so we're going to put this frame in so they can start putting brood on this frame instead of that deep frame. Because if they have honey on that, then the queen she won't lay eggs on a frame that has honey. So we want to put a frame without honey on it over there so the queen knows, because she won't know these all are empty frames behind it. So we want to put the honey frames on the outside and the frames for the brood or the bees on the inside. Okay? There we go. I'm moving these over. Putting them up. Alright, so I'm putting the honey frame on all the way on the outside. Okay? And now we'll move these over. So that gives the bee space, because the bees have a space that they've already allotted. So they make sure they have that, which helps them out for how much room that they go through so they can make their own comb coming down. All right, now let's check these, make sure we're doing okay. This is what I wanted to show you. The bees making their new comb coming down. Okay? See that, how they're coming in with that? That's the new frames coming down for them. All right, so you can see where they're actually allowing how deep it goes, and they're controlling the size of the frame. There's other ones getting started, so we're going to have to keep track of the progress that the bees are making. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check the difference between these hives and going down to the Langstroth Hive. So give me just a minute, and what we'll do is we'll get going. There you go. What we'll do is we'll get going with the Langstroth Hive in just a second. All right. I'm going to open up the other hives that are there. I'm standing in front right now, but you can see how busy everything is. These are our hives that we have from the Hive Hotel up here. These are the hives we have from the Hive Hotel coming in and out. And down here we have the bees coming, all right, from the other hives. Now, I'm not going to show you every one, but I'll open one or two just to show you the difference between how we inspect here and how we inspect down there. Okay, with this, we keep these strapped to keep them secure. Otherwise, the wind can blow things off. This hive, you have to start with, you have your top cover, and now you can see this right underneath. It looks like these bees are already right up in the honeycomb. Let's pull this up and see. And you can see they're over here with the honey already. Coming in with it. All right? Okay. All right, with this, you have the two boxes, so I have to lift this one up to look at the one underneath it. Now, as it goes on, they actually make glue, and they glue the frames together. It's called propolis. Right now, I can still lift this one up. All right, so now let's keep checking. Ready? We're going to move these frames over, because with this one, that's how you have to do it. All right, so now you'll see where they really get stuck together. But I'll lift it up. The key to working with bees is going very, very slow. Look at that. Can you see the red right on her legs? That's red pollen on her legs. And that one has yellow pollen on her legs. Can you see the different color pollen on the different colored on the bees? Red and yellow. That shows you all the different flowers. And here's some orange up here. See her waggling? She's letting the other bees know where to go in order to get that orange pollen. Okay, let's put this one back. I don't know what flowers are out there with all these different colors. Now, I can go through every frame. I don't really think I have to right now, though. So let's move these over. And then we put it back in. See, we put the frames back in this way. And we put this one back on top. After you have them stacked up, then you put the inner cover back on. Then you put the outer cover back on. And then you put the strap back on. This has been the way that beekeeping has been done for over 150 years. And what we're looking at now, that's a great plan. It's a great way to do it. I just want to see if with my back, this way is any easier. The bee fact of the day is that the queen bee in the spring and even into the summer can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day. Now it takes them a while to actually develop, but once they start hatching, the size of the hive keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. And when it gets too big, that's where you either divide it into another hive, or the bees will swarm because it's way too much. We're going to talk about that in another week in another blog episode. But right now, all you need to remember is the queen bee makes a lot of baby bees.